Right, welcome, ladies and gents. In the weirdest turn of events, David Zaslav, who now runs, Warner Brothers, media and stuff like that. There was an investor Q&A, and David Zaslav has come out and responded to like a whole bunch of DC Universe stuff, especially Batgirl cancellation, and has now basically gone, we are definitely following the Marvel formula. We've got a 10-year plan. But I think the most surprising element from all of this is the fact that they're still planning to release The Flash. It's odd. Like, it is odd. I think this is hilarious. He's responded to the backlash resulting from Batgirl's cancelled. Who's hating the fact that Batgirl's cancelled? Who? Like, I've not seen any backlash. But this is just insane. So, new leadership, Warner Brothers DC Films division has finally admitted that it's looking to the Marvel Cinematic Universe for inspiration, which I think is both good and bad. Like, DC has made some pretty decent things of late. Like, The Batman, for instance, was just, a great film. And, a lot of people didn't like that. I get it. But it still made so much money for them. Joker as well. So much money for Warner Brothers. It will be a shame if they lose that identity in their chase for Marvel likeness. So during today's Q2 investor call Q&A, Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav was asked about the backlash stemming from the studio's decision to completely scrap the Batgirl movie. What backlash? And while he didn't address the move directly, he remained steadfast in his commitment to the theatrical model, which I've been saying for ages, streaming isn't the future. It can't be. It doesn't generate as much money as theatre does. Theatre's where the money is. So it's not a surprise that they're like, we need to release stuff in theatres. So he says, our ambition is to bring Warner Brothers back and produce great, high-quality films. We can build a long-term, sustainable growth business out of DC. We're not releasing a film before it's ready. Okay. So we're at this crossroads, really, isn't it? Because they've got a bunch ready to go, but obviously they don't think they're ready yet. Which means that there's sort of like a hop, skip and a jump until we really get out the gate with DC, I think, moving forwards. Now, they say that the focus is to make these films as good as possible. Well, no shit. That should have been the focus anyway. It's amazing that apparently was not the focus until Zaslav came on board. Now, there's been a lot of speculation that other DC-based projects could follow suit and fall by the wayside. And while we may see further delays and even some more shelvings, it sounds like the three biggest upcoming tentpoles are safe, this is the weirdest part. We've seen The Flash. Okay, that's the weird one. Black Adam and Shazam 2. Black Adam and Shazam 2 look fine. But The Flash, no. We're very excited about them. We've seen them. We think they are terrific, and we think we can make them even better. So it sounds like they're even going back to some reshoots with respect to these movies. Now, I'm hoping with The Flash, they're like, we need to cut Ezra Miller out because that guy's like a liability. That's what it would imply. They think we can make him even better. Just cut him out. Just get rid of him. The executive also announced a new 10-year plan for the DCEU, or whatever it ends up being referred to, making it very clear that what Kevin Feige and co have managed to achieve with the Marvel Cinematic Universe will be a big influence. Now, this is not a surprise, but it's just somewhat concerning that this is the approach they're going with, because, again, DC has made some really good things, and hopefully they look to the model itself, but find their own identity within it, if that makes sense. Now, he says, you look at Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. These are brands that are known everywhere in the world. Wonder Woman and Aquaman, probably not. Batman and Superman, absolutely. We've done a reset. We've restructured the business where we are going to focus where there is going to be a team with a 10-year plan focusing just on DC. We believe we can build a much more sustainable business. That should have always been the focus. They have absolutely floundered around like a fish out of water with DC. It's always been odd. Like, why wouldn't you greenlight a Superman movie? Like, Superman's such a huge tentpole. It's always so strange to me that they just never did it. You're like, what are you doing? Now, I think what's surprising, well, I think what will be interesting about this will be to look where the landscape falls on this and where they go with the products, because they've already greenlit like a Black Superman, and they also greenlit like another Superman. There was like 2 Superman movies in the works. So it'll be interesting to see where they go with those things, whether they now get pushed to one side or not, and they focus on the main Superman that will be in the main DC. I think that's what will now be interesting, because they haven't really spoken about DC as a product or where they're looking to take it and things like that. Now they are. So let's see, right? Let's actually see. It's very similar to the structure to Alan Horn, Bob Iger and Kevin Feige put together very effectively at Disney. We think we can build a much stronger sustainable growth business out of DC, which they can. I mean, of course they can. So it is interesting. Now, this article points out something which I think, you know, most people would have already thought of anyway, is that the reset is likely from the Flashpoint movie, which I've always said should be the reset point, but where we've had rumours of where they're resetting it doesn't make any sense as to the first part of all of this, which is the Superman part. Because apparently Superman is killed in the Flashpoint movie. He's killed as a baby, and he's not in the future DC universe. Supergirl is. Now, the other thing in this article which alludes to them changing it is that we can make them even better. So perhaps they are going to go back to the drawing board with the Flashpoint movie, and perhaps they will change things. You know, if they were smart, they would do that. So let's see what happens. David Zaslav is an interesting chap. He's absolutely cleaning house. There's even rumours that HBO Max is not going to be a thing anymore, that it's a failed sort of entry into the streaming platform, and they're looking to cancel that down as well. There's quite a lot of rumours floating around with respect to Warner Brothers and what Zaslav is doing specifically. He's a pretty smart guy in terms of his business savviness, so it'll be very interesting to see what they choose to do moving forwards. But let me know what you think down below. Are you somewhat concerned because, you know, they're looking to take it just like Marvel, and, you know, they'll lose their identity within that? I'd love to hear it. Let me know down below. Cheers, ladies and gents. Take care. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out my Teespring store. Supporting the channel via this way does go a long way. But also, not only that, you do get to wear some awesome merch. These are one-of-a-kind designs designed for me by my graphic designer. We, of course, have our Clown World line, which is in mugs, hoodies, t-shirts. We've got Space Jeebus, and then for something a little bit different, we of course have right down at the bottom right here, we have our Pulsar GTIR. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out and supporting my second channel, which is Car Nonsense. This is a vlog and car channel. You can find links to this in the description box along with my Teespring. Please do consider supporting.